girl rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy.
So, just leading off here with an idea that annoys me currently. So many other streaming services have the ability to skip intros, but for some reason, Crunchyroll doesn't with the anime stuff.
Because they want you to watch the intro every time.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, if you were to watch those shows on, say, like Hulu, you would have the ability to skip intro. But for some reason, Crunchyroll doesn't. So I'm sitting here scrolling. I was like, okay, I don't want to watch this intro. I only got a little bit of time. Let's go. And problem is like, if they don't feed it fast enough, you don't see where you're supposed to stop. And because they're basically showing the main characters and shit, it's like, oh, okay, I should have stopped 5 minutes ago. God damn it. You know, that kind of stupid shit. But it's, first world problems, clearly.
Gotcha.
So, it's just annoying when that happens. Oh, also, for some reason, we keep losing Wi-Fi signal on the PlayStation. I don't know why. Either our Wi-Fi router is going out or something's blocking it.
Update for the PlayStation.
No, I don't think it's that, because it automatically does its own updates. But like recently, even this morning, it said, Wi-Fi signal lost, and then it'll reconnect later. Or it'll seem like nothing ever happened. Like maybe it's just a blip, but I don't know. I have no idea why it would be causing that problem. Hopefully it's not due to those storms we had that were making the power flicker off and on and something like burned out. I have no idea. But apparently Jessica found out this morning that her flat iron for her hair no longer works. I thought it was a plug at first, and then I plugged it into other outlets. Oh, it didn't occur to me that particular outlet I plugged into might not be good. Well, because like, the reset button doesn't even work. Oh shit! What did I do to my fucking tweezers? I must have stepped on them or something. I just found out the tip of my tweezers here is completely bent over sideways. What the hell?
Are you stuck it under something trying to pry?
No, I think I may have stepped on it, but that's crazy. It was like
really strong nose hair.
No, because these are just for like modeling and whatnot.
Gotcha.
That's weird. Because these are the tweezers I got with my Ecto-1, so you could hold the tiny things in place while you glue it or screw it down or something.
Speaking of which, have you had any feedback yet on getting more of the parts? I know that
I think they were gonna. If I recall correctly, I think July 13th or something was when they were gonna start shipping.
Cool.
So I did check.
By the end of the month, you should start getting shit.
Yeah, so I did check on it, and so the account is still there. It still says, just waiting to process. They haven't charged me or anything. If they had charged me and I hadn't got anything, I'd be pissed. But they haven't charged me for anything yet. So
you said you only had like a few left to get, right? Like
so there's five issues, which would be 20 parts total. Because they all come. Each issue comes with 4 segments. Of whatever that thing might be. Like I think the next thing was the gurney. And then
you just have the roof rack and whatever's in the back, right?
Just the gurney, yeah. So just the roof rack and the gurney, and it's done. But I mean, the roof rack is a lot, but it's also like some pretty big chunks of parts, and then the framework kind of stuff. And I don't think like the one thing that would spins on it. I think the lights just do their thing and stuff like that. But the hard part,
that little cup thing inside the light doesn't rotate.
No, because it just does the light itself. Just
that'd be cool as fuck if they went that far and put that shit in there.
Yeah, it would. But the funny thing is, like, so the first thing I ever got for it was actually a bonus thing, technically, for ordering it when I did. And it was all the proton packs. So the very first thing I built was the proton packs. But you don't get the gurney to put the proton packs on until the very fucking end. So, like, I just have to store these things for years on end. But Adam Savage, he got like an early release of the Ecto-1, so he did a whole lot of stuff early on with it. But then he also got the Blitzway 1/6 scale Ecto-1, but it doesn't have, there's no 1/6 proton packs that are worth a damn, so he 3D printed and made his own to go with it this past week, and it's fucking beautiful. And like, he just got a new 3D printer in the shop, and I was like, okay, for a filament printer, that quality is insanely good. Because normally the filament ones, you see all the fucking lines and shit.
But you can do that wet sanding or whatever it is to.
You can do a lot. You can do a lot, but like a lot of times, if you just get the settings right, you can minimize it. Like the 3D printer I had was supposed to be really good about it, but apparently my settings were never correct on it. And I think it came slightly damaged, and then it had a catastrophic failure, and I sold it for parts basically. I bought that years and years ago, and that was a fuckload of money. So this one he got is like $1,600, give or take. But it's got like auto feed feature. It's got all this other crazy shit. But because it's a filament printer, most people think, it's not going to do very high quality things. Dude, even without changing any base settings or tweaking the print itself, like the actual file, it was like gorgeous. Like he didn't do anything to remove any of the lines. It was that clean, even at 1/6, you know? So, I mean, like, doorbell. Hold on.
Yep.
I'll be right back. Who the hell is ringing the doorbell?
I could be playing my video game, but I'm here talking to myself. What's up, 9 or 10 Patreon people, whatever, how many ever there are? What's going on, everybody? Y'all need to make sure you comment and leave questions or whatever. Shoki eventually gets around to sharing them with us, and we can talk shit about them or whatever.
That was weird.
So I'm at a conundrum. I either play my new game some more, or I get in the pool after this.
You know, I can't hear you right.
Figure out which one.
So what?
Thanks for explaining that to me, dickhead. Maybe I was talking to the Patreon people and not you, you shit.
Yeah. But no, I'm pretty sure.
I was talking about your micro penis.
No. But I'm pretty sure that my doorbell rang. But there's nothing out there, no one out there. But our neighbor had 2 big-ass Target boxes.
Big ding-dong ditched your ass.
Apparently it's been happening. We got an email about it.
Yeah.
But, like, this is usually... What time is it now? Oh, yeah, this is usually when...
He called the shit poop.
But like, this is usually when UPS or maybe every now and then FedEx would come by this time of day. So, but it, you know, if it was a UPS driver, he knows I live here, so he'd probably just ring the doorbell to fucking annoy me.
Right.
Because I mean, why? There's 2 giant boxes next door.
Oh, it's your day off today. Go fuck yourself. Bing bong.
Exactly. Well, it sucks for a lot of people who don't have Mondays off and then have tomorrow off for the 4th. So, but that is weird though, because I mean, like, I'm not expecting anything from like FedEx or anybody today. I have a package coming I have a new hat coming, which I didn't think was going to be here in time for the 4th. It's literally like a 4th of July. That one I was telling you about on Friday when we recorded.
Yeah, the Liberty one or whatever.
Yeah, they said that would be here on the 5th. It'll be here today. So, but that would go in the mailbox, not up here. So, yeah, I assume it's just somebody I knew from UPS.
Around town.
Somebody I knew from UPS ringing the doorbell, or some dumb kids, because we literally got an email about ding dong ditching.
Those damn kids in their poop again.
I started to poop, the flaming poop.
He called the shit poop.
He did call the shit poop.
Every time, man, I love Billy Madison. That movie's so fucking dumb, but I love that movie.
Indeed, very much so. So, we do have. Oh, by the way, welcome back to the Now You Made It Awkward podcast, episode 60.
Yeah, welcome back, fuckos.
Yeah, because remember, last time was actual 59, as we had to discuss.
I saw one of them you put up. It had 58, but then you red stamped the 9 across.
No, I did. It was the other way. It was 9, and I put the 8 over it.
Yeah, that shit was funny. I laughed.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said last time. I was like, yeah, I fucked up so bad because I definitely said 59 at the beginning of it, and then realized that we talked about identity issues. Like, this episode doesn't know what number it is. So yes. But last time, exactly. Yeah, and I was gonna do a hand drawn, but then it looked like ass, so I just took the same.
You should have put a gift, like the rubber stamp gift.
Yeah, exactly. But the last time we actually didn't get to some of the news because we kind of ran out of time. So we'll do that just real quick. Since it's only been 2 days, give or take, since we last talked. So actually, there was a couple of celebrities that passed away within the last week or so. In fact, actually, technically not true for the first one. His body was found. So actor Julian Sands apparently went missing back. You would if you see, like, he's been in a few things, like movies and TV wise, but he's done a lot of voiceover as well. So you probably know him a little bit more that way. But he went missing back in January. He was hiking on California.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
So California's Mount Baldy, which fucking hell of a
that's
thing.
That's what I call my dick.
Yeah. So he went missing back in January, and then they just now found his body, which is crazy. it's fucking literally
It probably
July.
got buried in snow or something. I had to wait for it to thaw out.
Depending on where it's at, yeah. But I mean, like NorCal would be where it snows more. So I mean, I don't know where Mount Baldy is.
In my pants.
Or who knows? Maybe it was wildfire cleanup, and they found the remains because they said it was remains, and then they identified them later.
Which means he was fucked up either by animals or the wildfire stuff.
For 6 months. Yeah, I hope so. Like if he was somehow still mostly intact out in the fucking wilderness, that would be crazy.
Unless that would be if he was buried in snow and stuff like that.
Well, what if he actually was just stuck out there and he stuck it out for like 5 months and only died like a month ago? That'd be crazy. It's like, did you forget how to get back to civilization? You got up here in the first place. But also, Alan Arkin died at the ripe old age of 89. Pretty big deal there, Alan Arkin.
Long run.
Yep. Goddamn, I just looked at his IMDb and I was like, just kept scrolling. I was like, okay. Yep. He's nearly as old as my dad. I think he's only a few months younger than my dad. Actually, technically, my dad's 89 currently. My dad will be 90 in September. But, R.I.P. to Alan Arkin. He was kind of a big deal there for a long time. And he's still acting his ass off even now, So
he's always like one of those guys that was always like, he never got lead role stuff, but he was always like right there at the cusp.
Yeah,
and like whenever you saw him, be like, what do I know him from? Like he was always that guy. I know him from something else.
100%. Definitely. Mm-hmm. Also, another random celebrity news. Madonna was hospitalized. Like last week.
Fuck that bitch.
But like out of nowhere, like was totally unresponsive, was found unresponsive and sent to the thing. Oh, okay, here we go. A few days discharged from the hospital after a serious bacterial infection. Okay,
yeah, sure thing. She had an infection from her Botox injections.
And more than likely because that is literally a bacterial infection.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like Botox or whatever.
Because my bet.
Yeah.
All the plastic in her body's rejecting itself.
I don't even know that she has so much plastic as they've probably done.
She's had like cheek implants and all that shit.
I know,
but some of
in there. Yeah, but some of that is not even like what we consider normal plastic surgery. A lot of it is just injection to fill the area with some goop of some sort. But
and then I think she's done the bone shaving shit, like where she shapes her bones. And
yeah,
all.
her face doesn't look the same.
That lady done lost her fucking mind, man. She used to be pretty. Like I don't care about the gap in her teeth. None of that shit bothered me, but I thought she was pretty back in the day. Nowadays, she looks like a goddamn skeleton. Dude, I don't.
Well, the weird thing is like it's almost like she tried to look like 2004 Christina Aguilera. Like it's kind of weird.
She looks very Angelina Jolie-ish.
That too. Like, she inflated her face. Yeah.
Like that real sharp, high ridge cheekbones that she has now. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, that she hasn't had for 50 years, and then tries to say it's natural. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I mean she always had some. Like she had the sharper cheekbones, but now it's ridiculous. Now it's like, and we saw
like
that one.
Cut a steak with that shit.
Yeah. I mean, like she kind of had what's her face?
What's the cat face? Remember the lady who's trying to turn herself
into the cat, literally the cat lady. But I was thinking she looks a lot like what was it? Elvis, not his daughter, but Elvis's wife.
Priscilla.
Priscilla looks a little like Priscilla now, not back then. Because Priscilla had a fuckload of work done before she died.
Like Jackie O.
Yeah,
like, to me,
a little bit.
Like in my head, when somebody would say one of their names, I would usually mix it up, and the only reason why my brain would go, "Nope, that's not the right one," is because of the pillbox hats. I'm like, okay, so that one's Jackie O, and the other one.
That's funny, yeah. The other thing is, we talked about it. I don't know if we talked about it on air or not, or if we just mentioned it otherwise. So, the next upcoming Superman movie called Superman Legacy. This is within
Legacy.
This is within.
I don't even think we mentioned it because we were talking about the Nick Cage shit and Flash.
Yeah. So I don't know if we got to this at any point. I feel like we mentioned it at some point. We talked about it in our chat, but They actually finally. No. I did say we did talk about it. It was me, Dormammu, and Mike talked about it ever so briefly because there were rumors about the casting. Now it's solidified who's Superman.
I don't know either one of those actors.
So I don't know the guy who is David Cornsweet. Which not a great name.
Corn Sweat. That's a porn name.
Corin Sweat. But Rachel Brosnahan is from Miss Maisel. So she was the one I wanted to be. You should. It's fantastic. It's on Amazon. You already have Amazon, so you're good. Watch it.
I know. Yeah. I think my wife's watched like the first couple seasons of it. She always says it's good, but I just never got into it. Like it's not that I'm against it. I just keep forgetting to watch it.
Dude, it's a hot redhead who shows her tits. Why are you not watching this?
Say less, dude.
I told you this
Okay.
months ago, but you just never get around to
Okay,
it.
bye.
I mean, she only shows her tits the once, but she's hot and redheaded the whole time, so it is what it
Okay,
is.
bye.
Yeah. So I wanted her to be the new
I'm
Lois
home
Lane.
alone right now too. Kara's out with her mom. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
There you go. But either way, I'm glad she's going to be Lois. Hopefully, the guy looks pretty Supermanish, so it's pretty
He
good.
does remind me of Superman. Like he very much reminds me of like a mixture between Tom Welling
and
the
Henry
guy that
Cavill.
got playing- Not Henry Cavill. I'd say more the guy that got playing Superman now on the CW shit.
Oh, that guy. I don't know his name. Yeah, I think he's got.
Yeah,
I think he's got Cavill's eyes. Kind of.
Dude, I love when everybody talks shit about him. Like, oh, he's so little, he'll never look like Henry Cavill. And then they pulled. Did you see those production stills of when Cavill first tried out for the part?
Yeah.
And he's wearing the Superman suit. And he looks like He looks like Superman from fucking the Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Like when they first find him, he look all strong and shit. That shit was crazy.
What's funny is like they've done the like AI generations of this dude in the Superman costume, and he fucking looks the part. I think the weird part with Cavill is the weird texture to the suit, having no underpants, and then the really slicked hair. Yeah, but it's also the really slick back hair.
Yeah, I didn't like they didn't do the curl.
But they did in it, but this is like Justice League Superman. If you go back to Man of Steel Superman, significantly better. The suit doesn't look like rubber then. It actually looked a little bit more real. By the time we get to Justice League or Batman v Superman, the suit looks so funky. Now, Black Suit, which, mind you, is the same suit, just desaturated effectively.
I thought they actually painted it. Like
no,
they made
no. They just desaturated it. That's all it is.
Really?
It's the exact same suit they used from the previous Justice League footage. All they did is just desaturate it. Just the suit. It's pretty funny. No, because they wouldn't have time to make a whole new thing. It does look good, actually, surprisingly good. But the cape makes it look funny.
I didn't think they made it a whole new thing. I thought they just took one of the pre-existing suits and painted it.
Nope, just the same footage. They just desaturated it. So either way, new Superman on the horizon. And I think this is actually going to be dealing with like John Kent's going to exist and stuff like that, like his son.
Yeah, it's like a whole restart. Like,
it's a whole new thing, but we don't need the origin anymore. We're just starting over.
They're doing origin. I think they're going to do the first time in Metropolis Superman.
I don't even know if it's going to be that, because I think it's going to be dealing with.
They're really young.
Well, I know that, but I'm thinking also they're going to go with like he's been Superman for a while. He and Lois are together, and they're going to be dealing with like having a kid who needs to grow up as a half Kryptonian. How to have
sex without blowing her top off when he busts a nut.
Yeah, which we apparently Amy Adams was pretty good at, even in a bathtub with his clothes on. It's like, that was a fucked up thing about it. It's like he jumped in that tub with her fully clothed, and he's still going to manage to fuck her in that tub fully clothed because he's Superman.
Yeah, I always thought about that, like with the Superman Returns, when she had his kid secretly and all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, faster than a speeding bullet, so he's done it like no time flat. And he like, that shit would just shoot right through her and right out the top of her head, dude. How did she not die instantly? Like
Hancock dealt with that. Remember?
Superman can control himself, and dude, you can't control that, dude. There ain't nobody with that much fucking control. Once that's happening, all bets are off.
Yeah. Well,
when it's go time, it's fucking go time.
Yeah. Do you remember the cut scene from Hancock, right?
I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was a sex scene, and he had to throw the chick off of him when he came. He was shooting through the roof of his fucking trailer.
See?
Yeah.
See?
So,
exactly.
He literally, it's like, but he couldn't do anything. He basically just laying there and let her fuck him, because if he did anything, he would fucking destroy her. You know.
Yep.
You know. So yeah, I mean, we'll give Superman some credit, because it must happen at least in the comics.
Yeah.
Because he must have some control. Because no, I loved it in the. It was New Adventures / Justice League. Whenever Batman went missing, and Clark fills in for him in the Batsuit, and he can manage to sound exactly like him. And Robin's like, "How do you do that?" And he's like, "Precise muscle control with his voice." And he's like, "Don't ever do that again." You know?
Yeah, that's the Justice League cartoon.
Yeah,
where Bruce Wayne came to Metropolis and was dating Lois Lane.
No, it wasn't that one. This was later. This was way later.
Then it was still Justice League.
Yeah, so I think it was a combination, because those shows all bled in.
Unlimited.
Yeah, because it was the Tim Drake Robin. and
which is Justice League and Justice League
yeah.
Unlimited.
So it was in that era is what I was getting at, but I don't know if it was in Batman's episode or Justice League or they were doing the crossover thing because Bruce just disappeared and they have no idea what happened to him. Like and that's whenever he ends up fighting Bane and like beating the fuck out of Bane.
That might be new adventures.
Yeah, because like I said, it was a crossover situation, so something was happening.
I tend to steer clear of those episodes, even though I own them.
Yeah, I know it was a mind control deal, but I don't remember if it was like the Black Orchid thing or whatever it was called. You know, the weird thing that was taking over people. But
the Starro thing,
not in the Starro one was interesting. This was the one where it would like put you in like no, that was different. That was Superman that got taken by that, and they had to figure out how to get him out of it. It was where it was like his perfect life on Krypton, like that kind of shit.
It was like he was dreaming of his perfect life.
Yeah, it was that plant that got a hold of him, you know. But no, that wasn't.
I think that was the Superman cartoon.
That was the Justice League because Batman and Wonder Woman were the ones who were trying to get it off of him.
That's what it was because it got on Batman, and Batman knew it was fucked up because his parents were alive and he was happy.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I don't know how to be happy. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it's like I don't do happy. This ain't real. Yeah. So I don't know, but hey,
that's why Batman's better than Superman. That's fucking awesome.
Well, I mean, Superman's
happy. This is obviously fucked up and fake.
I mean, Superman would have to be miserable for a similar reason, like we were already discussing. He has to go around the world without breaking everything and everyone, including the women he wants to fuck. Or if you get evil Superman, then he's either going to kill everyone and not give a shit, or be like Homelander. You know, you just hold,
hook up with a Nazi chick who can take it.
Yeah, or you pull some poor innocent woman into a fucking copy room and
and we're moving past.
Yep. So it's like we got plenty of evil Superman. Actually, I'm still waiting on. I guess Invincible season 2 comes out sometime soon.
I keep forgetting about Invincible. They take too long between that seasons on that shit.
For some reason, that one has taken like 2 years, and I don't know why. Like the second season should have been greenlit immediately. Why that's taken so long, I have no idea.
I think it was greenlit. It's just taking this long to get out because Kirkman's busy with other shit. He's getting Transformers. He's getting this. He's getting that.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't have to be there to do the thing. I mean, Seth Rogen is kind of running that shit. Seth Rogen basically runs that show, so I don't know. But either way, because the comics are still so ridiculous. I mean, obviously, the Invincible comics are long since done, but there's like so much more to do. Like, there's like several time skips, and we haven't even gotten to like the first chunk of shit. We're not even close to any of the major stuff that happens. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I mean, basically, nothing has fucking happened in the last few days to talk about other than my dad going in the hospital and then getting out and, the weird shit we already kind of talked about briefly earlier. And other than the Superman thing, I haven't gotten anything in. I haven't watched anything because it's only been a couple. Oh, I take that back. I haven't been talking about Secret Invasion yet. I
fell asleep watching the first episode. I haven't finished it, and it's not because it was bad. It's just I was tired that day after work, and we wanted to watch it with dinner with the boys. And I passed out halfway through it. I was enjoying it up to where I fell asleep. I was just tired.
I think it's fine. It hasn't hit. It hasn't hit hard yet, but it will. It'll have.
Is this an 8 or a 10 episode season?
I think this is an 8. I could be wrong.
An 8.
Yeah, I think it's an 8.
Usually by episode 3 or 4 is when you're like, okay, now I'm fucking invested.
Yeah, as long as they don't wait till like episode 7 to really crank it. I mean, like big shit is happening. Don't get me wrong, like with the Skrulls, but like the weird part is like when you get like big face actors, like we've got Emilia Clarke in this, right? It's just like, oh, look, it's Emilia Clarke. And then you just kind of forget.
She's definitely the bad guy.
Yeah, she's a bad guy for sure. But, like, the weird thing is, like, even Jessica commented on it. It looked like she lost weight. I was like, I think it's just the hair. Like,
yeah, Daenerys with short brown hair is wild as fuck, dude.
That's her normal hair.
I don't know if she's ever going to outlive that Daenerys thing. That's the problem is when you do those really big characters that everybody just immediately locks onto you with, it's hard to get out from underneath that. And it is... She's a pretty lady. Yeah. Don't get me wrong at all. But her with short brown hair is like, I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck did it? Was she asleep and somebody did this to her? Like, and I'm not even a blonde. Like, blondes are usually an immediate turnoff for me. Like, I'm the opposite of every guy ever where porn is like, they all got to be blonde with big tits. I'm like, nope, get the blonde shit out of here. Blonde's not my thing at all. But she was beautiful. And the short brown hair throws me off. She's still pretty. but I don't know. It just throws me off.
Well,
Like I'm just not.
I think you've forgotten one of the other major people she played with brown hair when she was in Solo.
Oh yeah, I forget she's in Solo. I've only watched that movie like twice.
But her hair is
I
a bit
the whole
longer.
movie up.
Her hair is
In my head.
Yeah.
When I think about Solo, I always think of the chick from Rogue One for some reason. Like,
yeah, because too much
part.
overlap there, you know.
Yeah.
But like she was hot as fuck in that with brown hair because she was playing like an elegant chick, but also
But she had like long blonde brown hair too.
It was to her
right?
shoulders. That's it.
Yeah, she didn't have.
So it's only like it's only up to her chin basically, or her. But I mean, like her normal. She's actually a brunette.
Her hair like that.
Yeah,
my wife does that.
She's got the she does a page. Yeah, but I mean, like her normal hair is either brown or blondish.
Yeah, but like dirty blonde.
Yeah, well, more brown realistically with highlights usually. But like, so that's the funny part is like she's using her natural hair color. But yeah, you're right. She's just someone I think who looks better because she has and not to be an insult by any means, but like she's got like a thin neck. Like so, like the longer
her face or her neck. Changes.
Yeah, so it makes her head look huge when her hair is that short. You know, so when it's like even this picture, like this one, I don't know, like that one is not. That's not that much longer than in this show.
But it's enough. It's enough.
But it's enough.
Okay.
It pulls your attention. Yeah.
When you have it here, it takes away from the neck. When you pull up to here, it exposes the neck completely. But so it might be that she just has a long, weird neck.
But here's the funny part. Here she's got it tied back, so you see her whole neck, and actually it still kind of works. But it's just what she's wearing too.
Well, that's just because you're focused on her tits. So.
That's entirely true. But you know, either way, it's just like she does look funny, but also it's one of the few times that I think that like you see her actual size, like compared to regular people. Like she's fucking tiny.
She's like half a midget.
She's so small, and like she's like playing a small young woman, anyways. So like she is portrayed small, and she is small, so it just looks funny.
You've met me in real life, so I kind of have a rule. If you're not 5'10", you're half a midget, and if you're under 5'5", you're a full midget.
Yeah,
she's a full
midget. Yeah, I think she's like right at like 5 foot.
Mm-hmm.
But
dude, and that's crazy. Is legally the actual legal limit? I think is like 4'10" makes you an actual little person.
I think it's shorter than that, but yeah.
No. Look it up again. I think that's like the highest cusp for a full grown adult is 4'10" and makes you a little person. And the reason why is because Kara's cousin is 4'11", and I keep joking. I'm like, man, if you took them shoes off, you'd be a full on midget, dude.
She's 5'2", so we were underestimating her.
Yeah, but not by much. 2 inches is
2 inches. 2 inches is greatness. Come on.
It makes a difference front to back. It don't make a difference top to bottom, dude.
Hold on, let's see here. Height to be considered a midget is 4'10". Okay,
I told you.
Right there.
And then my cousin-in-law is 4'11", and I bust her balls about that shit all the time.
So close. But 2 more inches, you're 5 foot. But you're still short as fuck. Let's be honest here.
Yep.
But either way,
and you've met me. I'm the second shortest guy in my family. That's the crazy thing.
I'm kind of average. It's like my brothers are both taller than me, but my dad is roughly my height, and then a couple of my nephews are either right at my height or just barely taller.
I have one uncle who's 6'1". He's the only guy. He's the only male in our family on my mom's side because I don't really know the sperm donor side except for my brother.
Oh, I just thought about that.
And he's short. Brandon might be shorter than you. Sure. But my uncle's 6'1". Oh. He's the only one shorter than me.
Fuck. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
All right, cool. Sorry about that, guys. I had to double check our audio to make sure that Rikki was even being recorded all this time. So
welcome behind the scenes because you're about to hear Rikki say, "Okay, bye, go play his video game." Real.
Well, what's weird about it is that it worked at all. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see why. Okay, so the thing is like I can select which tracks get recorded separately. So basically, all it is like there is a track that is just you. There is one, and then there's a track that's us, and then there is a track that's me. But either way, it doesn't matter. It's just the way it works. Because if I don't have them selected when I stream, then no audio goes out properly. But when
it's fucking hot out here, and this Jameson's, god damn.
You know, you can always go inside.
I mean, I could, but then I'm gonna play my video game, and I won't pay attention to it.
What game are you playing?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, you did get that? Okay.
Yep, I picked it up last night. Okay, so let's just jump to that real quick.
Sure.
We platinum Jedi Survivor. Like I beat the game, and then
Sure.
my oldest was helping me out clean up with all the extra bullshit. And then yesterday or the night before, I actually sat down and got the one last trophy I needed to get the platinum. So we got the platinum, and yesterday I was taking them back to their mom. I swung by Walmart and I was like, I just want something. Like I'm in a gaming mood right now, and they're playing. We bought Jedi Survivor and the Tears of Heaven at the same time. The Zelda game.
The new Zelda one, yeah.
Yeah, but the boys have been playing that, and for some reason, Isaac decided he was going to save it on my file, so I can't go back and start the game from the beginning because he started on my profile.
Nah.
So I'm going to wait till he finishes beating it and then go back and play it. So I'm in a gaming mood, and everybody's been talking about this Ghost of Tsushima shit, how awesome it is. So I was like, fuck it. And I went by Walmart, and I was down to two. It was either Ghost of Tsushima or the Dead Space remake.
Gotcha.
And I hadn't heard anything about Dead Space, whether it's good or bad. I hadn't heard anything.
I've heard it's fantastic.
But everybody's saying that Ghost of Tsushima is fucking amazeballs.
Yeah. Well, it's a really good story and a good, nice gameplay.
I picked it up, dude. Let me tell you what, this fucking game is goddamn gorgeous.
Yep.
Like I kept like, even during just the opening, like, you know, story where you're seeing shit, like the switch between the video and the playability is almost seamless. It's practically seamless. Like I didn't even realize I was supposed to be moving shit and it was already going. And there was a couple times I had to pause it, like during some of the cutscenes, and call Kara. I'm like, look at this fucking shit. Like it looked like real people on the screen talking, and like the sweat. One guy had like a sweat thing like run down his face, and I paused it right here, like when it was dropping. And I called Kara, and I was like, look at how realistic this sweat is. And you know how like when you sweat and you see the like sweat bubble like kind of going down, and then it hits a part on your skin where it thins out and just becomes like a wet slick.
Yeah.
It did that in the fucking game. Like it was the fucking water bubble going down his face, and all of a sudden it just dissipated, but it left a wet streak behind on his face. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here, dude!"
Makes sense. The
goddamn gorgeous.
The technology on this stuff is crazy, and like the thing is, that game is like 3 years old now, something like that. Two or 3 years old.
Yeah,
when did it come out? When did it come out?
It was a cross-platform, so when PS5 dropped. Because you can get it on PS4 or PS5.
Hold on.
So,
it
2 years?
Dropped in 2020.
Damn. Well, the end of 2020. End of 2020.
Doesn't
what
matter.
Part of 2020? It does. Because
October.
See, so it's not quite 3 years. And it's fucking gorgeous, dude.
Oh, never mind. No, that was a multiplayer mode that was released that late. When did it actually drop? Nope, July. So literally 3 fucking years ago.
This month. And it's goddamn gorgeous. And I just got to, like, I only played for a couple hours last night.
Yeah.
Because I got home and I just started playing it and for a little bit, and then I was on a hangout, so I wasn't really paying too close attention. But immediately when you get to the point, because it's an open world thing,
sure.
As soon as the open world shit started, I'm immediately just off doing side shit, fucking off. Like I'm not even following the main story. I'm just doing all this little random side shit, and my guy is already getting fucking stacked. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna walk in here and murk people. Like it's pretty fucking cool. Like I really like this game. I've always loved samurai stuff. I love feudal Japan stuff. I love the history of it. I've always just been, even from when I was taking karate when I was younger. So samurai was always a big thing. My sensei was real big into following the code of the samurai and stuff like that. And so samurai has just always been something I've been like attached to since I was a kid. And this game is just, god damn, I can't talk it up enough. And I'm not even into the main story that much, like at all. So I don't even really know what's going on, just a little bit. Well, I don't even care. Just the game itself is fucking gorgeous.
One thing I thought was interesting, and I haven't played it, but I've watched a lot of reviews of it.
Don't you spoil
like
shit from
No, I'm not spoiling any. I'm talking about a dynamic of the game, which is cool. Because normally a lot of games, you know, you've got either a character telling you what to do, or you've got big bright arrows telling you where to go. This is literally like, pay attention to the wind blowing. Yep. It will teach you where you need to go, especially if you're like riding or.
It's not really that. So you know how like when you're playing, like let's say Batman, like Arkham Knight, like if you're clicking on a side quest it'll at the top of the bar, it'll have like a little bat signal, and you just keep turning and facing your way to that direction, so you know you're heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
This one on the map, if you click a side quest, there's none of that stuff on the HUD.
Yeah.
So you swipe up on that little touchpad on the controller.
Yeah.
And it blows wind. And whenever you blow the wind will shift to tell you the direction you're supposed to. Yeah, it does. They call it a wind gust.
It farts. It farts in your general direction.
It tells you which way to go. You have to watch where the leaves are blowing to know that you're supposed to be going that direction or that direction. It's fucking cool, dude. Like it's gorgeous. And they have this one thing. Have you seen the thing about the standoffs?
I think so. It's been a while.
So like, again, picture like Spider-Man. Like you played the PS5 or PS4 Spider-Man or whatever.
I've seen it, but yeah. Well, I've played it briefly at someone's house, yeah.
Okay, so like they have like the bad guys will have hideouts, and you gotta go in and fight everybody and take it over.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have shit like that here in this game, but when you first come upon them, if you go slow, like if you just ride in there, you have to run your body. But if you get off your horse and walk up to that motherfucker, it'll come up with a little prompt that says standoff, and if you press standoff, they send out their best warrior that's visible on the screen. They send him out to you, and you literally just have to hold triangle. And you wait for them to attack you. And if you time it just right and let go, you'll just sidestep and like cut their throat. Like instant kill. Just instantly kills.
It's the beginning of Troy with fucking
kinda.
Yeah, with Achilles.
Send out
your best warrior.
Yeah, but it's every time you run up on a big batch of that shit. And that shit's cool as fuck, dude, because what I'm doing now is I'll get off earlier when I see like a batch of them. I'll get off early and I'll circle around to what I think, because I'm still fresh in the game, I don't really know all of them, but what looks like the biggest, baddest motherfucker or the one that's going to give me the hardest time, I'll circle around till he's closest to me, and then I'll walk forward and force him into
the one in. Nice.
Yep. So I just immediately take him out and then just fuck up everybody else. And I'm already getting like a whole bunch of side shit. I'm fucking up. They have massive skill tree in this game. Like it's not just for your character, even your weapons and your fucking your techniques and shit have upgradable skill tree stuff, and then you get extra weapons along the way that have upgrades. And then because it's the open world thing, like you can go and have like animal hides and shit and upgrade how many arrows you carry and yada yada yada. Like it's fucking, dude, I love this game. I'll ramble about this shit. I've only played it for a couple hours. I could probably talk about it more. Like I love this fucking.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now. I'm doing Ghost of Tsushima.
So I'm sitting here trying to figure out where the fuck all my accessories for this Donatello are. I was like, where's all this shit? The Invisible Man version. And I'm like, okay.
They're all invisible.
Yeah. No, irony. No, but no, I was sitting there like, okay, where's his like alternate everything? Like
you have it in his little case thing, right?
The thing is, like, well, a lot of these figures, when I get done doing the out-the-box stuff, I pose them, I give them their shit, I throw them on the shelf, and I put everything in a bag and then throw it in with all the other accessories. But I'm like, I didn't do that, so I'm like, where the fuck is the bag? I'm like, if I bag this shit up, where is it? I haven't gotten that far. It's over there. It's still in the box, but it was behind the door. So that my other door over here was, you can see it right there off to the side. I'm like, oh, there's all my shit, because, like, it's been behind the door, so I fucking forgot about that. So, like, my Astro Megazord is down there. I was like, I haven't even thought about this shit in, like, a month and a half or 2 months. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's all over there.
I'm going to have to get you started on the tackle box thing. I have these perfect tackle box accessories.
I don't even need to go that far, because then I have to store that. I can just put everything in baggies, and then I have them in a much larger bag, and that bag is tucked away. So I don't ever have to deal with that or a large container thing that I have to justify having. Because, like, I have a thing like that for all the tiny screws that I have for the Ecto 1, and that's the only time I've got anything like that. Because otherwise, like, I need to sort out, like, I showed you, like, a while back, the quote-unquote lightning carpet for Lord Draken. So that's, like, all the Power Rangers accessories, like, thrown in a bag. But, like, at some point I need to separate it all out per ranger and, like, put it in smaller.
So you want to make a lightning carpet for him?
No, I have one, and I don't like it. It's dumb. But what I'm saying is that's one jumbo bag. But what I'm saying is that's one jumbo bag that all those accessories are in. I need to break it back down to the smaller ones and just use that one larger bag, put all the small bags in there, so all of my Power Rangers accessories can be in one spot.
What I'm trying to get to is if you like that design, I figured this out with Kara.
Mm-hmm.
She can do, because I got her I got her a few years ago. I got her the vinyl cutter thing, but last Christmas I think I got her the whole sublimation setup.
Yeah.
And I found this out, and I'm going to be using it for my thing. We can buy blank mouse pads.
Yeah.
And then she can sublimate whatever you want to onto it. Well, that mouse pad has that like rubber gripping.
I got you.
So it actually works for holding your figures. If you send me a picture of what you want for the bottom, I can have her print it on a mouse pad, and you'll have a bottom.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. When I say lightning carpet, I mean it's literally the fucking it's meant to come like above him, like the figure's supposed to stand in it. The lightning's around and above him, and then it goes outward like a carpet. Is what I call. I call it lightning carpet because it's what it
lightning
looks
effect
like. It's stupid, is what it is.
Okay.
But I don't throw it away because I might be able to use it at some point in life.
I got you.
But my point was, I have all the accessories in one spot, but they're not separated. They're all like all the heads and all that shit. Like, so like that's the other thing with this lightning collection thing. Especially now when they're doing the new 2.0 of the old fucking MMPR figures, and they'll just run through all of them again. But I look at them like, just give us fucking human body bucks that we can slap the goddamn human heads you already gave us on the fucking body buck, so we don't have to have it separately. Because I told you last time I want to get that Jada Toys Ryu. Actually, I already purchased it, just in my pile of loot. But I want to have that so that I can use that head on the Ryu Power Ranger figure if I want, or have them together. Same thing with the Chun-Li.
Might have to sack it because it might not be the same peg.
I mean, it's 1/12, and I think it's just a ball joint, so should work fine.
But they do the different. So I'm saying they do the different ball pegs. They do different systems, so you might have to blue tack it.
I ain't worried about it because it'll just sit on there. I mean, it'll be the only time I do that, but because I have the funny thing is I care so little right now, and this one was so bad. The Ken figure is down here on the fucking ground. The Power Rangers Ken. It's so fucking bad. I haven't bothered picking it up off the ground where I left it.
Was that the Blue Ranger was Ken?
Red.
Red Ranger was
Ken.
Ken.
It's red.
Of course, the red outfit. Yeah. So then the White Ranger is Ryu?
No, yeah, technically, yeah. So I mean, like his hips are so fucking floppy, like there's no tension in these. Look at that.
You need to put some kikis on that shit.
Yeah, I mean it's so bad. Like the figure's kind of dumb too, so I'm not worried about it. Like.
I mean, the whole concept's dumb, but I don't give you a hard time because I know you love using Power Rangers.
Well, the concept is dumb, but it was done, so it's technically canon somewhere in the universe. It's canon, so you know.
So the Ninja Turtle Power Rangers, you buying them shits?
I have them.
Oh God!
You knew I had those. I've had those for fucking a year. I like the Ninja Turtle Rangers, but like, well, now we have to get the new Ninja Turtle Rangers, so we have to get the Dimension X Turtle Rangers.
There ain't no we and us.
We, and what I mean us as fans need to get them. Like Hasbro needs to produce them, and I mean literally they can use the same. All they have to do is do a new head mold. Everything else will be the same, effectively. Like eliminate the diamond on the chest, and the suit is the same because it'll just be an X instead of a diamond. Because the Dimension X Rangers all had a big old X on them. So, also that gives us a chance to get Casey Jones figure as well in that line, because now we have a Casey. We already have an April, so now we can get a Casey.
Is Casey Lord Draken?
No, Tommy's Lord Draken. Casey is just they called him Ranger X, and then they figured out that all of the Rangers from Dimension X are a Ranger X. But he had a really cool version. But it was because his was non-color coded. It was just Casey colored, reds and blacks and whites or whatever. But when the Turtles got those morphers, they just happened to be color coded to the Turtles.
Of course.
Like you do. But
magic.
Yeah, like you do. But the interesting thing is that even in other dimensions, Power Rangers exist. So they don't even have to be connected, because Morphin Grid goes everywhere and every win and
sure it does.
So it is what it is.
It's STD. It's STD of comics. Got it.
It's fine. Hey, actually, it's kind of an FTD you'd want to get because it makes you super powerful. So, and actually, no, that is actually the point of Necessary Evil. Actually, is that everybody caught the Morphin Grid whether they wanted it or not, and they became super powered people. Until that's why the Omega Rangers were rounding up all these people who were infected with Morphin Grid energy.
Very, very rapey of that comic.
Well, like it did
not.
Yeah, it was random who got the power. You just had to be in the right place at the right time when the grid was broken. So like,
my question is Mark Wahlberg a Power Ranger?
No.
Well then they failed because I got the power.
That's stupid. That's so dumb. Wasn't that in the? Didn't they use that in the original
It
Mighty
would
Morphin
not
movie?
surprise me. They probably did.
Back in
I don't remember.
'96.
I haven't watched that movie in 20 fucking years or more. So probably.
I bet they did. I bet they totally did.
Because that was when I was out of Power
Oh.
Rangers. Was that fucking, what was his, Ivan Ooze?
Yeah,
like,
Ivan,
he was like
Ivan Ooze, which they still haven't given us.
I tried watching the show where it was the Ninja Rangers afterwards, but
Yeah.
I just didn't.
No, I obviously did, but I do hope that one day Hasbro will pull their heads out of their asses and give us figures from that movie, including Ivan Ooze, and even like the Lord Zed from that movie is different. Goldar's different. Some random pig dude who's a henchman we never saw.
Goldar from the fucking new movie.
Nope, we don't want that. We definitely don't need any more giant Velveeta Goldar toys. Those are shit. But we do actually have new Power Rangers again in the new Power Rangers Unlimited comic, which is that's their when they don't want to do a full run, they do like a quick like four.
You remember how you used to do a Gundam show when you were like all big into Gundam? You're about to be at the level where you need to start a whole show just about Power Rangers.
No, because it's not enough. Well, I mean, if I followed like every little thing, yes, that would work. But I don't do that. I read the comics. But the fact that and I collect figures, but the fact that the new Power Rangers Unlimited, they're doing where Draken has now finally gone back to his home timeline, so to speak, or splintered universe that he came from, because he knows what's coming in the main universe, so he's running. He's literally like, "Fuck this! I'm going to my timeline where I can still rule." So he finally figured out how. And now that he's got his powers back, he goes there thinking he's going to just fucking enslave everybody and everybody's going to worship him again. Like they've just been waiting on their lord to come back, not knowing what's happened since. And comes back to a world that's like basically just completely fucking nuked. And like people have been mutated into these weird lava monsters. And they're like, oh shit, it happened here faster. So basically the evil he was trying to avoid in the main timeline hit there earlier because it's actually a later timeline there. That universe is ahead. That universe is a few years ahead of in the main universe. So like Earth 2.
Power Rangers.
But the point was is over there they now have a new set of Power Rangers that are totally new again. So pretty cool. We now have the coinless universe Rangers, which even though they're using the same power coins, their shit is totally different. Like new outfits, everything. So they had to figure out how to do it again because all the shit was broken back in the day, because they need Power Rangers and they only had a handful of coins and nobody knew how to reactivate them. But because Draken's an asshole and he's been doing all this shit over here, he's like shows up and he's like, it's like, you need to fix my powers and you people need to learn how to morph so we can fight these guys and so you will worship me again. And they're like, fuck you. And they're like, give us your powers so we can morph. And he's like, I'm not going to do that. And then eventually they have to, because they almost all have to die. But like for the first time, we get an official Bulk Ranger. Like Bulk in that timeline is now I believe he's a Red Ranger. I could be wrong. But that Bulk is significantly different because he's survived multiple world-ending wars. He's like buff and he's got like a beard and shit. He's pretty fucking cool in that universe. He became a freedom fighter in that universe, whereas Skull became a fucking loyal slave to Draken. So, either way.
So segue time. Back when you were talking about watching Secret Invasion.
Yeah, go back to Secret Invasion.
Like the only it made me think that the thing I have been watching and I forgot to mention was season 3 of Righteous Gemstones is back out now.
I still not watched it. Is it good?
Dude, that show is so fucking funny, dude. Like it is just okay. So think, what was the 700 Club or whatever with Baker and all them? Think that you're talking about
Tammy Faye Baker? Is that what you're talking
about? Yeah. Like them, like that, like TV church stuff.
The Evangelista bullshit.
Yeah, take that and make it have sex with Eastbound and Down.
Make it have sex.
Because you don't want to do it nicely because it's Danny McBride. So you make it have sex with Eastbound and Down, and this is the show you end up with, and it is fucking wild. Dude.
I don't know if any of that is a selling point for everyone.
Dude, I don't fucking care about them. I'm telling you, watch it. You will laugh it is wild as fuck, the shit that they do in this show, man. It is crazy.
Where is that? Is that
It's on Max.
It's on Max. Okay. So today I will go and fucking fix my Max account since I haven't done it yet. Since
Dude,
they switched over, I've not done it.
and it's not long. Like each season, I think is like 8 or 10 episodes. It's not like a lot, so you can catch up real fast. But,
Hour
man,
long or half-hour episodes?
I think they're half hour. Like some of them are 25, 30 minutes. Some of them are 45 minutes. It's not like really a set number. It's like it's somewhere in that zone.
Sorry,
dude,
I'm looking at my Superman.
Yeah, that Superman was gorgeous.
Dude, this is a nice... I mean, you can barely see it on the camera. I'll take pictures and send it. It looks nice. Dude, the texture on the pants is absurd. Like, how the hell do you... Like, you gotta think, this is molded. How the fuck do they cast that? They cast that fucking perfect, like, suit texture into the thing. And, like, his shoes are shinier. Like, so even though it's all one black piece of plastic, basically, it's painted shinier. Because his shoes would be shiny. His belt is shiny. I mean, the doves are kind of dumb, but, you know, it is what it is. They spend their money on what they need to.
Doves are just fancy pigeons, which are just rats with wings.
Dude, the fact that his eyes are so small, but they have tampoed in the blue with the everything is great. I do have the glasses on his forehead. I don't know if that's technically where they should go, but that's where I have them.
Just put them on him.
Like, where did he keep his glasses when he took everything off? Did he just have like an infinite number?
Probably just put it. I'm just saying. I'm guessing he probably put it in the inside pocket of it because he would come back to that suit again afterwards.
But what if he did like he did in the movie where he just dropped it in the elevator and then went flying out the roof of the elevator?
Well, in the comics, they always explain it away like kind of like Spider-Man. He had like a secret pack where you just kind of put everything away and all that.
That would make sense, except we always see Superman just abandoning his clothes wherever the fuck he is. Like, it's so comics, weird.
I don't know what it is now, but like back in like the 90s when I was hardcore in the comics, the Daily Planet, the sphere on top was actually hollow, and he created
it's just full of clothes.
Yeah,
it's just full of his clothes. Yeah, because if you go way back to the old days, the old serials where he's in and out of the fucking phone booth, like does the spinning in the phone booth that nobody will notice, and then his clothes just disappear. Like, it was always interesting that his cape had to be inside his clothes. Mm-hmm. It's like, it would make sense if later on, once he knows the Flash and they have the fucking micro technology to hide the uniform,
put it in the ring or whatever.
Yeah, so if he just is hitting a button and his cape appears. You know, that would make sense. But, like, where the fuck...
Superman suit?
Basically. But, like, where does his cape would have to be tucked completely in his shirt because he's not getting it down in his pants, down each pant leg. It's to the fucking ground. Like, that is not a small cape to have to fucking make disappear, you know?
Depends on which day he is. Sometimes he wears it to the left. Sometimes he wears it to the right.
Yeah, he just wears it down his right. It's coming out of his pants leg.
How are you doing today, Superman? Long, shriveled into the left?
Yes. Wrinkled, fucking wrinkled. Yeah. He's got to have like that super anti-wrinkle technology on his cape.
Having microfiber suit, cape, so it doesn't get wrinkles into it and shit.
Yeah, I like that this at least feels like classic Superman. You know, I'm so used to this modern take on Superman.
And like I said, he looks very Alex Ross. He looks very.
I think that might be where the inspiration came from this particular one. I do think like it almost needs like a handful. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I drank a lot yesterday, so I'm going to take it easy today.
I didn't drink yesterday because we had the kiddos and I was in the so.
Well, we went to we didn't want to be in the house all day, so we just went out with no real plan. We went out to the local distillery, had a few drinks, and then went to the local food hall, which we hadn't been to since it opened.
Did you have real drinks or did you have beer?
It was a distillery, so
beer. Heard. I mean, liquor is made in a distillery too.
Yeah, they don't distill beer.
I don't.
They brew beer.
What do I hump my cousin? What the fuck do I know?
Yeah, at distilleries they make alcohol. So I had a little bit of everything. I think I had some of their I had mixed drinks, but I tried their new not tequila because apparently you can't call something tequila. Well, because you can't call it tequila unless it's made in Mexico. Apparently, I didn't know that until he said it. So they have to call it an agave spirit.
That's awesome.
It's so fucking dumb, is what it is.
Being PC with alcohol now, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like you can't call something a champagne unless it's made in France, made from France, or made from the grapes there, or whatever. But like apparently it's the same way with but apparently it's the same thing with tequila. Whereas like at least whiskey, you don't have to have it from Kentucky for it to be called whiskey.
It's got to be made with corn.
Shit. Fuck. I'm still very phlegmy for some reason. But no, had a few good drinks there. Definitely left there buzzing. I was apparently more.
I'm doing my liquid speedball, so I mix my coffee in with the
Ugh.
fucking Jameson.
Ugh.
Oh, dude. It's like
That's not
coffee energy
curdle.
drink, Jameson. Coffee energy drink, Jameson. Because my Jameson is ice cold and I'm putting it on ice, so there's nothing too curdle.
Dude, I've had cold stuffed curdle fucking cream things before.
Oh, well, this is also an energy drink, so it's probably got about much real cream as it has real coffee in it. So.
Oh, no, that stuff had, no, believe me, I've had one that was curdled. It was fucking gross. Like, it had gotten hot. It had gotten hot, and then they cooled it again, and I opened it, it was like, I'm like, oh, God. It was,
Oh, God.
it was like a clumpy fucking monster coffee. I was like,
Cottage cheese.
yeah, it was fucking gross, dude. I threw it away, and I was like, hey, this shit is bad. It's like, if this one is bad, I guarantee you the rest of the case you put in there is fucking bad.
Oh, my God, dude, you gag talking
Yeah,
about
no,
this
it was fucking made me gag. What are you fucking talking about? Like, it's like
Ugh.
I had to chuck that shit out of the vehicle. I was like, I don't even want this in here. Fuck this. This is gross.
Hold on, where's it at? Devil Dog wants to say hi.
Devil Dog. Where's Devil Dog?
Say hi,
Hi,
Devil
hi.
Dog.
Hi, Luna.
Hi,
She
Luna
can't.
Luna.
She can't see me. What's the point?
Say hi.
Patrons
Say
can see
hi.
Luna.
Yep, well, her new
Batman
necklace.
collar.
No, it says caution on it.
Oh, that totally makes sense. And there's the other
so when
one.
she tries to murder the neighbor. The other one's right here.
Yeah, I know. I saw a foot.
There's Harley.
Hi, Harley.
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 What do you?
He can't
Watch
hear me.
how good she is. Watch this. Sit. Down. Paw. Good girl.
Good girl. That's a
good
Harley.
girl. You're a good girl.
She's like, "Where's my treat, Dad?"
Yeah, she don't get this, dude. She's past that. Now this one don't listen. Luna, sit. She just bounces.
Yeah, no. Well, that's the dachshund in her. I'll tell you that right now. That is
She's not.
that's the dachshund. Believe me.
Whining. Luna, get my finger. Boop. Come on. Up. Ah, so close. And then here's Harley wanting to get out now. Now watch this. Now. Hey, go. Go. Luna. Go. Keep going. Get lost. There you go. Sit. Sit down. Ah. Don't you go. Get your. Go. Sit. Good girl. Stay. She's getting better.
Yeah.
Like when we first got her, because Luna's the wife, like her house.
Mm-hmm.
The boys wanted to bring her over because she didn't listen. Like anytime you even looked at the front door, she would take off running. Like been days running around looking for her. And so they wanted me to bring her over and train her like I did with Harley. And I did that, and then we took them back to their mom's house. Took her back, and then like a month later, I was just like, she's being bad again. I said, look, man, if you bring her back over, she's just staying here. I'm not going to keep training this dog to send it back to your mom's house. She likes it here. She, and my ex-wife's like mean to her, like throw her chancla at her and shit. So,
dude.
So we brought her back over here, and she's been here ever since. We've had her now for like a year and a half or so.
Yeah.
And I can literally open my front door to go help Kara with groceries or something and tell her, Luna, no. And she'll sit right at the door and just sit there.
Yeah.
With the door wide open. Whereas before she would take off out that motherfucker and be gone for days.
Makes sense. You know, it's funny. You said that with the chancla. I saw a video this weekend. A friend of mine shared it. And it was a mom stops a moose from attacking their dog with a chancla.
Yeah.
It's like the most Canadian thing ever. Like, so the dog is like tied up in the yard, and like the moose is coming in the yard and it's barking and everything else like that. And so the moose starts coming at it, and she's like yelling, "No, no!" And so she throws her first shoe at it, misses, and then like the moose is still coming at the dog, and like the second one she throws hits it right in the snout, and it takes off running. I was like, chanclas can stop a charging moose.
So spoiler alert for one of the Righteous Gems episodes for this season. There's this one where they're like the board of directors or whatever for the church like calls a meeting because they think everything's going bad or whatever. They're losing membership or something. Sure. And so Danny McBride, his brother, and his sister are the ones taking over the church from their dad, who is John Goodman. And they're up there, and they're trying to talk him down, and then Danny McBride kicks into Danny McBride. Like the guy's like, "I'm leaving, I quit." He stands up, he's like, "Yeah, fuck you old baby back bitch," or some shit like that. And he like takes his shoe off and fucking chunks it at him from across the fucking auditorium, hits him in the face, and it becomes a whole big shoe battle. Like it's the three of them on the stage with their whole entire fucking people. They're just tossing shoes back and forth at each other, hitting each other in the face.
God damn.
Dude, it's
I never watched
man.
that show either. It was like never watch Eastbound and Down. Well, I guess I probably didn't have the channel.
Eastbound and Down is good.
Never watched Trailer Park Boys either.
Trailer Park Boys is a stoner show. Like, I can appreciate it because I used to be a stoner, but it's definitely one of those ones you have to be a stoner or had been a stoner to really enjoy Trailer Park Boys. But
not like
Eastbound and Down, you just have to know an asshole. If you know assholes, like, you will watch that show and be like, that's Rikki. Rikki would do that. And you're like, yep.
Yeah, but then you'd be watching it and be like, Shoky would do that.
No, I watch and I go, I would do exactly that. Carol will tell you, man, when somebody does
I like you applied it to you. You're like, if you know an asshole, it sounds like if you know Rikki. It sounds like a Rikki problem, not an asshole problem.
But I don't consider it a problem because I'm self-aware and I know it about myself. So, like, somebody will do some stupid shit and I'll look right at Carol and I'll be like, that sounds like.
Yep.
Yeah. But Eastbound Down is good for the first, like, 2 or 3 seasons. Then it gets it's not bad. It just, you can see a drop off in quality. Gemstones, I feel like it's gotten better.
Yeah.
Like this 3rd season, and they're only on the 4th episode. They're coming out every Sunday. It's fucking hilarious, dude. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
They're wild, dude. It's just wild. Like, they're trying to. So the one brother is. Have you ever seen Pitch Perfect?
Yeah.
The guy who hooks up with Fat Amy, the one that he used to be in workplace, Office Workers, whatever that show was.
I know.
Coworkers.
It's a
that guy.
It's a fuck if you hadn't said it. No, I mean it's Adam something.
Yeah, that guy. That guy. The hard pass guy. The hard pass. That guy.
Yep.
He's one of the brothers, and he's the youth pastor. And so the thing they're doing this year is they're trying to destroy like all the porn industry around him.
Okay.
So his idea is he starts this whole crew within the youth pastors and all that stuff called the Smut Busters. And what they do is they go to every porn shop around town. Now listen to this carefully.
I'm listening.
They buy everything available and then destroy it because their thought process is if they buy it all, then there's nothing to sell.
No one will have it. Yeah.
They'll sell. Then they're stopping smut and porn. And then Danny McBride's like, "You stupid idiot! They'll just restock and do it again."
Yeah, literally, you have to buy all of it. You can't just do that. Dumbass.
But they buy everything on the shelves and then they just circle back and do it again a few days later. And he's like, "Oh man, I don't want to help them financially."
Yeah, he's literally helping them the whole time. Fucking idiot.
Like, it's wild as fuck, dude.
So
it's fucking wild.
Apparently. And I forgot to mention this during my week. The other thing we started watching was The Witcher season 3. Apparently they're doing staggered release because the last 3 episodes don't drop until the 27th.
Yeah,
like so
I've heard bad things that it's very CW-ish now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they changed. And I mentioned this.
Does this one have Cavill in it, or is this one where he's out?
No. This is his final season, and I can see why.
So he's in this.
Dude, I don't know what they did to this show. I don't know if they changed directors or production companies. Something fucking changed. It doesn't look like the same show. It doesn't look the same. It doesn't feel the same. The script is fucking bullshit. At least in the first 3 episodes.
Well, that's why Cavill's supposedly out, because he's like a huge Witcher fan from back in the day with the books, and he doesn't like it because they're going off books now. He wanted to do a show based around the books, and now they're making up their own.
Well, I don't even know if it's. I don't even know if it's that. I really don't. That part I have no idea about. But
supposedly that's what he said. That's why he's leaving.
Well, it's
going too far off the book now.
Yeah, and if that's true, that's fine. But my point with this is that I don't understand. Unless they legitimately got rid of people or people quit or however the fuck it works. Something about it feels and looks totally different from the previous 2 seasons. First 2 seasons be what they were.
I liked them.
I did too.
Like, having no connection to The Witcher, I played Witcher 3 for like a few hours and then I gave up on it because I don't like games where your weapons break.
Yeah.
So I gave up on it because I'm like, I was just talking about Ghost of Tsushima. I'm as soon as it comes available, I go off and start doing other shit. Yeah. And they were like, it's like every other side thing, they were so overpowered past you that your best weapon would be broken 10 seconds into it. And then you got to pay $1 million to fix it or whatever the fuck their money thing is in it. And I'm like, no, fuck this shit. So I was like, no, thank you. So I stopped playing it. So I have no connection to Witcher series, but the show was fucking cool. Like, I liked it. And plus, Yennefer is fucking hot.
Agreed.
She's fucking hot.
I gotta figure out what the heck this
And
is in
so I was enjoying the show, but everybody keeps telling me this is very like it feels like something that was on HBO and now all of a sudden it's on CW.
It feels.
I'm like, yeah.
What did I compared it to something? Hold on, I put it in the chat. Let me go look. I forgot exactly what I
think
said.
You're one of the ones,
I didn't say
I
didn't say CW. I did say. Where is it? I can scroll up. Nope. That's all from this morning. There's your Thundercats.
Yeah, let's talk about that, mother.
We sort of talked about it, but okay. I said it sounds like a 2012 sci-fi show.
Oh yeah, sci-fi. That's what you said. It was a sci-fi.
And I mean specifically like an old sci-fi show, and then even said sometimes it feels like Xena and Hercules, but not in a good way.
Yeah.
And like
that makes me sad because the first 2 seasons were good. They were good.
And the thing is, it's the way it's shot, and that's part of it. I mean, the script is pretty fucking bad too. Like, I could if just seeing this script, like the first episode, they spend the first not even 20 minutes running away. Like they're because they're being chased by whoever is after her in the particular moment, and like they just like, oh, somebody's here, leave, and most of it's voiceover from Yennefer. Like, and it's so stupid. And I was just like, and then, oh, somebody's here, leave. And then when they finally do get to an actual fight, well, actually, I guess there is a fight, like right off the bat, the choreography and the cutting between shit is so fast and so shitty. Like,
they MCU'd that shit.
Well, it's not the whole time because they do a lot of pan around shots too, which they do the use of the slow-mo like they did before, but it's so much shit. And like the 2 monsters that they fight so far, the first one looked really bad because it was at night and they didn't get
the whole thing out. Like, did they drop it all?
No, that's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at. Is that the last 3 episodes don't drop until the end of this month. So
I'm gonna wait till it's all out. And
finish
it all.
But it's not good. I mean, even with the same actors and everybody here, it's not good. And they introduced Robbie Amell. He's in there now. Stephen Amell's cousin.
Okay.
So he played. Speaking of being CW, he played fucking Arsenal. In the first couple seasons of Arrow, and like as soon as I saw him, I was like, "Is that?" And he looks a lot smaller than he used to. And I was like, "Is that Robbie Amell?" And he's doing a really bad British Batman. Well, he's doing a really bad British Batman accent, meaning he's doing like the Bale Batman voice along with being half British because he's an elf. It's not good, and like the blood, the CG blood looks so fucking bad, like. And they do a lot of neck cutting now and not a lot of stabbing. So they're doing a whole lot of, they cut you across your collarbone and then you're dead, kind of.
Oh, God.
And it's bad. And then at one point, Geralt loses his second sword, even though he totally had it with him. He goes into this scene, which is supposed to be a castle / mine. And he pulls out his one sword off of the horse, but he's got the other one on his back. So he goes in there clearly with 2 swords. By the time it gets to the next scene, his second sword is just completely gone.
He left it behind in somebody's collarbone.
But like the scabbard on his back is gone, or sheath, whatever you want to call it. Like,
oh shit,
it's completely gone. Like, where the fuck did his other sword go? Like, it's so bad. And like, we're sitting here watching it. Like, I'm like, kids might like this. Like, but this, like, anybody who watched the first 2 seasons be like, what is this nonsense? Like,
I'm not happy about that because I was enjoying the fuck out of it. Like I said, with no attachment, I was enjoying it.
Yeah, and I just got to think that like there's something about it, and like I said, it has to have been changed. The director, because like or the photography, somebody important was changed, and it is bad. It is bad.
They're doing it all on their iPhones now. Like, look at our iPhone. Dude,
well, it doesn't. I will say it doesn't look cheap. Like it's shot cheap. It looks like they just they're badly doing what they did before, and they're trying to imitate what was done before. So they tried the slow-mo stuff, and then when he goes into his powered up mode, when he drinks a potion or whatever,
and it's like that bluish purple.
Well, kind of, but then they like the scene that he actually fucking fights is so stupid. It's like, and then all of a sudden he finally in like episode 3 starts pulling out his abilities, and it looks like fucking bullshit After Effects, like. Not like the first season where it looks like it's happening in real life. So, he's got like the push.
Is it bad as Birdemic?
Oh no, nothing's as bad as Birdemic.
Not that quite bad.
No, nothing as bad as Birdemic. But like he pushed, like
I
could.
see your Birdemic, and I raise you Sharknado 6.
Even Sharknado 6's CG is better than this sometimes. But like he does like the push, like the push thing, and like it looks bad and it's fast. It's like boof, and it's like just goes away like a Mortal Kombat fucking thing. He does like the shield to like block stuff from hitting him, and it's like boop, and then it goes away like instant, like boop boop, like there's no effect. Like I stop everybody from hitting me real quick and then I punch him. It looks so cheap compared to the first 2 seasons. It's like, or maybe they just didn't have the money. I don't know. It feels weird. Like I know Netflix is cutting budget, but like this shit has been done for a year and a half.
But he announced he was leaving early too, so they might have pulled back on their budget because he said he was.
No, I'm pretty sure. Well, it depends on when they shot it because it would depend on when they made it.
Because he announced like a year or two ago that he was.
It was last year, but I think they were done by then, or at least done shooting principal photography. But
that's wild. But like, but then once that happens, and all the CG stuff has to happen.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
so
we're not going to make our money back, so we're just going to dumb this down a little.
But even if it was just bad effects, the fact that it's shot so badly is what really sucks. But like the like Yennefer, her magic so far. I mean, I know technically she just got her magic back at the end of season 2, but like she's trying to teach Ciri magic. Trying to bring out the chaos stuff that's in her, which is what she's supposed to do. But like it's so bad. Like, well, not all bad. Some of it looks fine because they do some practical stuff, or they do stuff that's far enough away that they can make it look okay. But like at one point, like Ciri's trying to use her magic and it's weak because she can't fucking focus it. And then like this weird fucking giant roly-poly mole monster thing that's coming at them. It's what it is. It's what it is.
Stop talking at roly-poly, dude.
Like it's what it is. Like I don't care what the name of it was, but it looks so bad, and they did it in a night scene, which makes it look so much worse. But like she tries to force it back, and she kind of forces it back, and then she tries again a little harder. Eyes glowing greener. And then it gets really blown back, but it turns out it was Yennefer who did it. It was standing like right behind her. But like most of the time it's like just hand waving. Like the earlier stuff, like the magic seemed purposeful. Now it's like I'm gonna push my hand this way and some bad fucking wind effect is just gonna happen. But then like she does this thing where she's like trying to hold this fucking portal open, and it's so stupid. It's like she's like doing this shit like I'm gonna under the balls, or what it is at one point it's literally the stop short, it's the stop short method. So
some of the Diana Ross, the stop in the name of love shit.
Yeah, but like it's so dumb. Like I get she have to stand there and pretend something's happening, and then like at one point like she's like, okay, people are coming to kill me. But like
the actress is phoning it in or whatever.
She's doing the best she can with what she's being told to do, and it's fucking and it looks horrible on screen, which means it's not her action that's bad, it's what they did around her action that looks bad. But also the fact they had like the most like the bard, Yaskir. I don't know what he's supposed to be doing in this season.
Playing his guitar and making funny jokes.
No, they made him the middleman of everyone. Literally, there is when he is introduced in this season, he is the middleman for everyone's current need, and it's all for the same reason. To the point that all of the available people who are coming after Ciri all converge on the same spot. Like,
which is him.
Which is not necessarily him, but because of him. Like, so like, they had a plan. Like, so Geralt, they're like, here's what we're going to do. These guys are chasing us. We're going to go confront them. So we're going to bring them in and trap them and then kill them. We're going to bring them in and trap them and kill them by doing exactly what they want us to do and telling them that we're doing it. I was like, yeah, that's kind of how you set up a trap, but you already know they're coming, so it doesn't matter. It's like you already know they're coming, and they know where you live, so you could literally trap them here and not endanger anyone else. No, they come up with a stupid fucking plan, and they execute it stupidly, and then extra people show up because of who's talking about this shit otherwise. And then I literally have no clue, and I don't think I missed stuff from last season. I think they just didn't bother to explain what's going on in this one, they're like, okay, so here's this king who's doing this thing, then there's that king who's doing that thing, and now you got the elves over here, you got these people over here. Everyone wants a piece of Ciri for the same reason, and now we've given them an excuse for all of them to somehow be in the same place at the same time. It was so fucking bad. I'm just like, I don't even understand how we got to this point. It's like, I watched the recap and don't understand how we got to this point.
No.
It's like, that's how bad it is.
That makes me sad because I was enjoying that. And I'm not a big, I guess fantasy is the way you do it, like orcs and
like swords and shields
trolls
type is really.
Yeah, I like medieval stuff, but I don't like the fantasy orcs and elves and all that. That's not my. I don't hate it. It's just not my bag.
Yeah,
I love Vox Machina, but it's because of the humor in it, more than the actual what's going on.
Yeah.
And this show I really enjoyed, and it's not humorous. It's just I enjoyed the fuck out of it
because they did the characters well, and it was shot well, and everything was good. And
very
it's like,
character driven.
And for the same characters to be available, but even Cavill, he's not phoning it in, but you can tell he's not being given anything.
He just doesn't give a shit anymore. Like
no, it's not that. You can tell he's struggling because he's not being given direction.
Gotcha.
And I think
it's because they went. That's one of the reasons
I think they changed directors, and that director
Yeah.
sucks because everyone sucks. Like when everyone sucks, it means the person telling them to do their job sucks. Because a good actor can be ruined by a terrible director.
Absolutely.
And a bad script. It's like, and I think the script is stupid. Like the story is not stupid, the script is stupid. But like the like I said, the way they all converge in this particular episode, how everyone ends up in the same place at the same time, is so fucking forced. And also, I'm still lost. Like even now, I'm like, it's like, okay, I remember these characters and I remember them needing to do a thing, but I don't understand how we got to here from there because it's only right after where we left off. So it's like, okay. And then like, yeah, the fact that it does, I wouldn't say CW, like, because I know some people probably would, but I do think it is shot very much like old school Xena and Hercules. The way like certain wide shots work, the way they're shooting the action, but then the way they're shooting the things. But then like the CG, the basic CG in a scene, say like it's a castle room and they have a window and you need the CG outside, looks so fucking cheap. Like literally they had a scene and they focused on it for way too fucking long. And I think it's because like wherever Geralt ended up, he was looking out the window to see where he was so that he could be like, okay, that's where we need to go because this guy went here.
Do you think they're going to do a lot of that fucking like the Lost, like it was all a dream?
No.
The Twilight thing where you find out it was just like a precog of what was going to happen?
No.
Does it look like that kind of shit?
No.
Does it look like it's leading to Geralt dying?
No, because he's replaced, so them think they're just gonna have him like some kind of spell's gonna make him look different.
Okay, so it's still gonna be Geralt.
Yeah, he's still Geralt. He's just no longer Cavill. So as far as I know, everyone else is still gonna be around. It's just he's swapped out. As far as I can tell, but like it just looks so bad. Like he literally it's looking through the window at I guess a castle or something, and they focus on it for a long time. Like, dude, you're in the middle of a battle and you're taking this long to fucking stare out this window, and they're showing us what's out the window. It's like, we don't need to know what this is. The character needs to know what this is. Why are we, as the audience, focusing on this way too long? It's fucking so dumb. Like, I'm going to watch the whole thing because
that makes me sad.
Because
I'm going to wait till it's all out and just burn through it.
I mean, I'm going to watch it a couple episodes at a time, but I'm not going to fucking sit here and devote extra. Like, as weird as the first two episodes of the Secret Invasion have been, and as weird as like some of the scenes have been with the way the editing was worked, because people end up in places really fast. There's no sense of time. That's the problem I think with Secret Invasion, because
it jumps really fast. It's a pacing thing.
It is a pacing thing because in the first episode, whether you got there or not, you end up with one character who was clearly in this other place, and then
all of a sudden over here,
and he's literally over there in the next scene. It's just like, oh, so we just pretend that all that happened in the past, but then they do it again in the second episode, and just like, are we pretending that Moscow is that close to London? I was like, I don't think so. I don't think it's that. It's not like right there. There's like a whole lot of countries in between, but they're pretending like it's just like that. Oh, you know, it's fucking not to tell you anything else that happens in it, but I'm just saying in that case, you know, what was that?
I didn't say anything.
No, you.
One thing I
messaged
noticed
something.
on Max,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna watch it, and I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so I used to be like, I'm not used to be. I was a huge Bruce Lee guy when I was younger. Like back when I was doing martial arts, like I loved Bruce Lee. Like I even read his Jeet Kune Do manual.
Yeah.
Just to say that I read it, and I loved his stuff. Well, they have a show on Max called Warrior,
Yeah.
which is set in like 1800 San Francisco, like during like the train building and all that shit, like the railroad shit.
Pretty sure I've heard about this.
And supposedly it's based on the writings of Bruce Lee. And I'm trying to figure out what fucking writings they're talking about. Like if it's something that I missed along the way or was some idea he scribbled down. I don't know what it's supposed to be based on, but it looks cool as fuck. So I got it in my queue, and that's gonna be the next thing I start working into. It's called Warrior or The Warrior or some shit like that.
Nope, it's just Warrior. It used to be on Cinemax, now it's on Max. Hold on. It's American martial arts crime drama material based in original concept and treatment by Bruce Lee. Executive producer is his daughter, Shannon Lee, and film director Justin Lin. Ooh, that's why it's so good. It's Justin Lin.
Justin Lin's a director.
Yep, he's a good director. Second season was in 2020.
But it looks cool as shit. Like it looks cool, so I put it on my queue to watch it.
Oh, it's during the Tong Wars. That's why. Okay. That's what it is.
Like it looks cool as shit. Like so that's next on my thing to watch. So once I get done burning through this game or in the evenings and stuff, I'll watch that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah. It's a martial arts prodigy who immigrates from China in search of his sister who only to be sold to one of the most powerful Tongs in Chinatown. Okay. That's pretty cool. Sounds good. I remember like seeing the stills. I was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing the shit for this. Okay, this is not telling. I wanted to see the actors. It's not showing me the actors. Okay, it looks pretty cool though. I like the idea that he wrote a thing, but it makes sense. Well, he wrote a treatment. Yeah. He wrote.
So that's what it was. It wasn't something that he wrote. It was just like an idea he had that they.
Well, a treatment is like the idea of the story without getting into like a screenplay or anything else like that. So he basically kind of wrote out the idea in the story, at some point, and so they turned it into a full on thing, which is pretty cool actually. Okay, so here's the problem: is that it disappeared for 3 fucking years, from 2020 to 2023, and like that's a big gap.
Yeah, it looks good though. If you watch the trailer for it, it looks fucking good.
I'm gonna back up and go look at some images.
Yeah. It looks very much like when he did the like. I don't know if it's in its original treatment or just how they decided to do it, but like the main character is very Bruce-ish, like very
it makes sense.
Fei Long, martial law, like he does the whole like the setting and the nose thing and the come get some, like he does all those Bruce Lee tropes.
It was probably written for him to play. Let's be honest here. He was probably writing it for himself for sure. But you know what's blowing my mind is we're closing in fast on the 50th anniversary of Bruce Lee dying. Yeah.
Like that's crazy to me. Almost double his life on this earth.
Yeah. Dead. So by the way, today is the anniversary of Back to the Future's initial release.
Yep.
From however many years ago. Yep. 1.5 million years ago.
1987, dude.
Yeah. I know.
So was that 35 years?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 35 years. Yeah. I mean, like
the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park is this summer. To this day, that is still the #1 movie I've seen the most time in theaters. I saw it 12 times the summer it came out in theaters. I love that fucking movie.
The most I've ever seen a thing in theaters was twice.
12 was my Jurassic Park. I don't know if I ever talked about it on here, but it was when I was living in Tampa. The summer it came out, I was like 13. I had a Heartline bus pass, which is their bus system in Tampa, obviously.
Yep.
But over at the University Mall, or by USF, so I lived in what's called Lutz. It's Tampa.
You've talked about it before.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I would ride the bus over there. I had a bus pass, and it was like $1 for the ticket, $1 for like a smaller medium drink, $1 for a smaller medium popcorn, whatever it fucking was. So it cost me like $3.
$3 every visit.
I,
Yeah.
Yep. I went 12 times that summer because I was a huge dinosaur guy. Plus the music. When we talked about the music and all that, like that was up at the top of my list. Like it was just, to this day, it's still one of my favorite.
So look at it this way.
It might be my favorite.
Look at it this way. Your 12 times of going to see that movie is the same cost as you to go see one movie now. By yourself.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
By yourself. Yeah. Not even with family. $36 just for you to go to the movies by yourself, get a drink and maybe popcorn.
That's fucking nuts.
Dude, like it's fucking crazy just in general. Also, guys, if you've listened this far, let us know if there's any movies that you've seen multiple times in theaters.
Hey, I said that while you were gone. I was nice, and I said something about the Patreon people leaving comments or questions and shit for us to talk about.
So because it's only been a couple days, we don't have any new comments or questions or emails, and because the newest episode hasn't gone out yet, Jay hasn't been able to respond. Yeah, so it just so happened that because it's a holiday weekend, we can get another one in.
Jay, for when he hears it, I hope everything's still good with your moms. Let us know. I mean, if you don't want us to talk about it on air, that's fine. Just specify that.
Well, he did write in about it, telling us about it publicly. So by all means, let us give us an update. Let us know.
If you don't want talk about it, just put in there something in parentheses. Hey, don't talk this part on air or something. Whatever, dude. It's all positive stuff, man.
And I hope you started charging your neighbors for working on their cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck a whole lot of that. We talked about that near the end of that episode. But no, never do that kind of work for free, but do it for discounts. I mean, at bare minimum, they should be buying you something, not just giving you cash. Like, you used to be a case of beer or whatever. If you don't drink, two pizzas.
Or take you out to lunch. Something.
The deal should be basically like 2 pizzas and a case of beer should get you some basic mechanical work,
Yep.
Because that's still significantly cheaper than other bullshit. If it's an oil change,
by a lot.
If it's an oil change, something simple like that, like even like for maintenance stuff, I use, and I've mentioned this before, like if it was maintenance things, changing brakes, doing your oil, air filter, something like that, I always would make the person do it with me so that they would learn. Like,
to give frame of reference, that's why Kara's not here today. Is she's going out to lunch with like her mom and or Norma with her, but she went to get her tires done and just her front brake, $1,200.
Damn.
So people like price on working on cars nowadays, fucking crazy. She messaged me back. She's like, I just spent $1,200. It's like, cool story. I'm buying a new figure.
Yeah.
Like I mean, if you get to spend $1,200, I'm spending something too.
Well, if you look at it this way, like, so I'll do a lot of my own work, especially on my car, Jessica's car.
Me too.
But like, if there's something major that is way beyond at least my tools, I'll have to pay for it or go to a friend who can do it. So when my wheel bearings went out, there was no way for me to fix that. Now, if it was,
I remember you used to be able to work on wheel bearings. I used to do that with my uncle.
A lot of them you still can. Like, well, they made it so easy now.
Just re-greasing them and stuff.
Well, not even that. Like, a lot of times you can just buy the whole assembly and just swap it out. Okay. Unfortunately, with my car, it wasn't designed to be swapped out. Like, I mean, I could go find an entirely done steering knuckle, chase one down somewhere, hope that it's good, but it would be hard to find, especially on a car that old. But you could buy the parts separately, and then they got to do all that. That was $1,000 just to do both front wheel bearings. But that was a lot of labor. That was a fuckload of labor. They're like $30 parts, but fuckload of labor.
I've done the brakes on mine and on Kara's, but just because of work, I haven't had time. My work schedule. Well, so she wanted to take it in today. I mean, and I'm like $1,200. Suck my dick.
Wait, dude. Was that with the tires though?
That's 4 tires.
Yeah, I mean that's a bare minimum of $600 then.
She has a Jeep Cherokee.
Oh yeah,
and she only did the front pack.
Yeah.
Nope. She has the 4-cylinder Jeep Cherokee.
Well, no, so but I was saying that. One. But no, what I was saying is, if you got all 4 tires on a Jeep Cherokee, that's like $650 by itself.
Yep. And then only the front brakes was the other $600.
Yeah, but we also don't know what they did to the front brakes. If it's just the pads, that's
not
bullshit.
The calipers, just the brakes, just the pads.
Well, did they turn the rotors at least?
They put the pads. I forgot to ask her if they turned. But they, because she was down.
Because they already have the fucking wheels off to do the tires, so it's not like they can add labor costs.
She wasn't squealing, and usually you have to be at a squealing level before they tell you need to turn your calipers. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. before you
Well,
had to turn your rotors, because
well,
that's what they like to. That's how they like to use it to keep you coming back.
we'll see. Yeah,
Because
but I'm
at
saying,
the
like,
squeal, you're digging into that rotor. You're fucking gouging shit out.
not
And
really, but
yes, because then when that metal pole is sticking down in there,
yeah,
rubbing,
but
that's
hold
they
on.
cutting up your caliper.
Well, well, that's what they tell you. But the thing is, the squealer that is on your brake pad thing is super soft metal compared to your other thing. And it will bend out of the way before it starts to gouge. It will lightly scrape. That's why it's there. It's there, but it's there like to the point. If you are gouging your thing, it's because something is really out of whack. Now
Like a rock or
I've been
something.
there. Like, because I serviced a lot of brakes, not only my own, but when I was in school, we did a lot of brakes. We did this dude's old ass S10. He said he came in and it was one of the other students, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like brakes is one of the ones that I really caught on to really fast.
I bought a whole C clamp kit just to be able to do
Yeah.
our brake.
Well, yeah, but like the whole thing is he brings in his old ass S10. He says he's got some problems on the front end, and we pull that shit off. He does not even have the front of the rotor anymore. Like,
Wow.
it has pushed so far that it's just the brake pad backing had completely ground out. Like all you could see was the vents. So it just looked like a staggered wheel pattern in there. So the venting for the thing. And he was driving it around like that. And it was like, okay.
How is he stopping?
He wasn't. Like, so at that point, the caliper has now moved about an inch and a half further than it was ever meant to. So now it's just, now there's so much friction because now it's hitting every one of those little things. It's like, so whenever it hits the brakes, it's like, you know,
God
and, you know,
damn.
and I've fried my own brakes before having to do an emergency stop at like 70 miles an hour. So I had to turn those rotors, brand new fucking rotors, and I had to turn the fuck out of them because most of the time it's not that they're gouged. A lot of times it's because they're warped from heat. Like if you're doing a whole lot of stop and go, stop and go, stop and go at a decent amount of speed, they're just heating up constantly.
Right.
And of course, if you do
Warping
emergency stops, you know, it'll heat them up really fast, and then they'll cool down really fast, and then they warp. This is a brand new fucking car, and I had to turn the rotors. Because buying new ones was absurd because they were brand fucking new and they didn't cover it under warranty because they called it wear and tear, which is bullshit. Brand new car. So I took it over to my buddy's shop. What?
Temperature just dropped about 10 degrees. We're gonna get
About to storm then. So,
Yep.
So I went to my buddy's shop because I know how to do brakes at this point. I just had to figure out how to get them off because I'd never worked on this car before.
You can use their tools and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had my tools, but I had his lift, and he also had the
Pneumatic. Yeah.
No. He actually had the thing so I could turn the lathe is what I'm looking for.
Oh, because the lathe.
So he had the brake lathe and everything. Like he had a full on shop. Like his dad built this fucking thing and they just filled it full of junk. But like he had everything to work on virtually anything, including he had the prototype of an alignment machine he designed back in the fucking 80s. That he actually created a self-aligning alignment machine way back in the 80s and never completely constructed it. So over the years after he died, his son put it together. Don't know if it ever actually worked, but he actually built it from scratch. So either way, but I actually went in there and I had to fucking cut a ton of shit off my rotor to get it fucking square again. It would have been a case of just get a new rotor because you wouldn't think that something that fucking thick could possibly warp, but it's round, so it can definitely warp. But a lot of times when it comes to the brakes and shit like that, they lie just to make you buy more shit. I'll tell you that a lot because like most of the time you can get by with just pads, and half the time, and you said you bought that C-clamp kit, a lot of modern vehicles, you got to be careful how you do that shit because you will bust your own ABS fucking shit if you're not smart about it. My old cars, it actually doesn't matter.
While you're tightening, you have to loosen the brake line at the same time. Like
you just pop it open and you squidge it all out. Yeah.
Yep.
So if you have a vacuum set up, because you can just get a hand vacuum pump with the hose that'll go on the end of the thing, you just suck the fluid out, which makes it a lot easier, and then you can pump the fluid back in so that you don't ever have a void or air in the line. But a lot of dude, back in the day, like because I'm just doing this shit in my own garage, literally just fucking flip it up there, pop the back, C-clamp, all over the floor, tighten it right back up so there's no air in the line. But like, don't do that unless it's your shit and you don't care if there's a mess. But also the fact that you hear careful brake fluid because it eats paint off a car. So if you're not careful, you will fucking ruin a paint job. If you're not
paint job.
because I knew people who did that to fuck with people. Like,
Well, my uncle always taught me I have a hose out in my yard, like
Yeah.
in my garage, like a little rubber hose that you just put on the nipple, and then when you loosen it, you can just run that hose down into, like, I use my oil drain pick.
Well, you
I
can
just run it down into that.
Yeah, because you can also just bleed the lines that way. You can gravity bleed if you need to. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're talking about basic maintenance here, but the idea is that, oh yeah, Wolfman fell down again. That motherfucker. I just put him back on the stand. Just put him back on the stand, and he fucking fell over again.
Weak ankled ass motherfucker.
No, he just topples. It's not even weak ankles. It's just that he's on his toes because he's got the fucking digitigrated wolf legs.
Dog claws.
I'm gonna glue it on there so it can't fucking fall off the shelf anymore. But either way, I mean, like, I would be interested to know what all they did that it cost that fucking much. I mean, like, the brake pads probably shouldn't be that much.
That was it. She sent me the list. She said 4 tires and front brake pads. Because the brake pads were down. They were down to 20%. God
damn it. That is way too much money for a fucking brake job.
And normally,
a simple brake job.
Like, I'm paying for convenience because normally I can do it myself, but I don't want to waste my time right now. I'm working all the time, so
yeah, you don't have an afternoon just to knock that shit out.
Until I get my new job, like I'm on this crazy 10 to 12 hour day shift, so I'm not trying to come work on a car afterwards. It fucks me up. I have one day off. I'm not trying to spend fucking work on brakes.
Dude, I gotta work on my car. I know something's going on with it, but it's so fucking hot. I just don't want to get out there and do it. Like, I know
that's another thing, dude. 100 fucking. Y'all saw that picture I sent you with 100 degrees, dude. That was while driving 95 down the interstate. It was still popping 100 fucking. I'm like, God damn,
dude. How do you think I feel at work? It's that hot, and I don't have any kind of relief. Just
well, I'm a smoker, so I leave my windows open. So it was literally just hot air blasting the car. Like I was sweating just driving at 95. Like,
dude,
that's
fucking
crazy.
Jessica does that shit. Like whenever, because you have to smoke every time she gets in the car. Because that's the way smokers work. And it's just so fucking. Oh god damn it! I keep getting these messages about. I get one of two bot messages on my Instagram. One of which is pay us however much money for followers, and the other one is do you want to be a model for our particular type of jewelry or anime wear or whatever dumb shit. At least say
yes.
Yeah, I should just say yes. I will definitely do that in my fat ass.
You want me to model your anime shit?
I mean, like, I'm definitely an anime fan shaped. So, it's much like I said, it's like we're definitely collector shaped. Damn, I still need to make that fucking shirt. I've never made that shirt. I need to do it. The collector shaped shirt. And be like, it'll have a silhouette of just, like, it just kind of
like
really rotund, like a rotund fucking person.
What you do is I'm in shape, and then you put collector shape.
Yeah, that
have a pear shaped on.
So it'll be on. Yeah, so I guess on the front it'll say I'm in shape. On the back it'll say collector shape, and it'll be the silhouette, and it'll be holding a toy or something. That would be funny. I should do this for sure. But either way, I'm trying to think. Do we have anything else we should? We have one other conversation to have, but we need Dormammu, and he's not here yet.
That's definitely a Dormammu conversation. Like I was trying to explain to you, like I can do it.
Well,
but at the end of the day, jokes aside about the monarchy stuff, anything political based, my answer is just burn it down. It's all fucked up. It's all wrong. They're all liars. They're all full of shit. Just get rid of all of it and start back at fresh. Yeah. So it's not it's not a good conversation to have.
Well,
I can make jokes about it. I can sound like an asshole saying it, but it's not a legit conversation. That's why I was like, man, get Dormammu on here, because you guys are not polar opposites, but you are on opposite sides of the line. So enough to make an intelligent conversation for you guys to talk about. For me, I'm just like, you'll say whatever thing you want to and have all this proof. I'm like, I don't fucking care. Burn it down.
Yeah. So
it's all wrong.
So I'll pause this for a second just to give you the context. I have to fucking edit so much now. I wasn't editing before. Now I have to edit.
Just I'm gonna do a K by and just from pause on.
Well, I was trying to give us an out because we have been going for a while, but all right. So either way, ignoring what just fucking happened. Also, here's the thing. So here's the thing. So Rikki and I actually paused to do a brief conversation and had a very long conversation instead.
Actually, good conversation.
It was a good conversation, but was not on recording, unfortunately. So that will have to happen another day if possible, but who knows?
So here's the problem most people don't know is Rikki just pretends to be stupid. He's just really good at pretend. but when having a serious conversation, Rikki can have that.
I mean, he's so good, you might never know.
Yeah, like for podcasting and stuff, I just stick with like the characterization of jokey, slapsticky Rikki. But I am an intelligent person and have the capability of having an intelligence. So none of that shit exists. So y'all don't get to see it. So you just get stupid fucking Rikki. Wubba-dub-dub-dub-dub, boobs.
So we actually have been going for well over 2 hours anyway. So we need to go ahead and wrap it up. And then if Dormammu ever comes in, I'll have that other conversation with Dormammu.
You can jump in with him and edit that shit together.
Yeah, I'll do it as a spare for all that matters. But so Jay,
I'm kind of mad that you actually.
I know. I should. Well, I paused it because I didn't think we were gonna have.
The one time you actually paused, we had a.
Yeah, so I didn't think we were going to have the conversation. I thought I was going to give you the setup and you were going to just say, oh, I don't want to talk about that. Instead, we had the full conversation and I didn't unpause it because...
And it was a good conversation.
But the problem is, once it got going, there was no point to unpause it where you'd lose the context. So it'll still be there for another day. It's fine. So, Jay...
We had a good conversation. Fuck all the rest of y'all.
So, Jay, if you're listening, we talked about the thing you asked... We just didn't record it, so it'll happen again. It will happen again with other people. It'll happen again with other people, but it's fine.
You'll never hear Rikki's intelligent, verbally stated, and what's the word?
I love you're failing now in trying to describe how smart you are. It's great.
Dude, 2 of these later, and just to give you a frame of reference, this is a full size pic.
People understand what you understand. Only the Patreon sees this.
I don't care. They know, so they can at least.
Yeah, they know you drink too much. It's fine. Everybody does. Either way,
you're getting too much. You either drink till you run out or pass out. Them the rule. And now I'm out. This is the last. My Jameson is empty.
There you go.
Oh shit! I need to tell her to grab some more Jameson while she's at the store.
Well, I think she already said no more, but that's fine. You're an adult.
Dude,
y'all missed that shit. It was hilarious. that shit was so fucking funny. But either way, unfortunately, not only was there a nice political conversation, there was hilarious shit after the fact I was not allowed to technically record, or actually was not allowed to put out. It is recorded.
Rikki and his wife having a.
There might be one random short released.
Steak and pussy. That's it.
But either way. But okay, guys. So if you do want to write in with more questions and stuff like that, you can do so at the NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com. By the way, I didn't do any promos at all at the beginning. We just started talking. It's fine. So of course you can follow me at all the SHOKY related things down below. Apparently, because I actually started putting out videos on my 4th channel, people started subscribing. So who knew? If you put out videos, people will watch. But then of course you can follow Rikki at all the Rikki related things. We're just gonna say that. Just cut it down.
What's up, yo?
And so they had their one year anniversary on Friday.
It was a good show. It was a good show.
I didn't watch it. I was busy.
That's because you're a piece of shit. But the rest of y'all
busy. You don't watch my shows.
And that's because I'm busy.
Exactly. It's like, dude, you know how many other fucking shows I have to keep up with right now? Currently,
good for the gander. I was busy.
I was literally busy. It's like while you guys were doing that, I was doing my thing.
I watch your old shows retroactively. What's yours?
You don't watch my live stream reactions.
Well, no, I've never watched a live stream
exactly. Reaction. So it's fine. It's fine.
You need to start doing them on Thursdays. I told you.
I do them on Thursdays.
No, you don't even do them on Fridays.
I do it Thursdays and Fridays.
Well, pick one, motherfucker.
I do both. Much.
Nope, one or the other.
The point is watching. You need to watch it.
So it's either ass or booty. You can't be both. One or the other. You're either an ass or a booty.
I like round things regardless.
Amen.
It's like, can I smack either one? That's all that matters. Can I get a little grip? Never mind.
Bongos.
Can I play bongos on either?
Oh, dude, I am too drunk.
Which one is good on my face? Either way.
I'm gonna say some fucked up.
Don't
shit.
say some fucked up shit. Wait till I stop. It's like at that point, we'll just K-bye out of here.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats.